I'm Louise Taylor, and today I'd like to talk about fear, how you can overcome fear so that it doesn't stop you from being able to start your business, go full-time in your business, or grow it to the next level. So the first thing is to acknowledge it and to realize that it's actually there, because sometimes it's hiding underneath things like procrastination or making excuses. So ask yourself, how am I feeling? Am I feeling fear here? And what is it that I'm imagining is going to happen? And take a really good look at that scenario that you're imagining. So for example, if you're worried that if you quit your job and your business doesn't go well and you spend all your savings and you'll end up on the street, hang on, what action could you take to prevent that from happening? And usually it's a pretty unlikely scenario that we are imagining. But ask yourself, well, even if a perhaps more realistic version that I didn't like happened, like just that it didn't go well and you ran out of money and you had to go and get another job, well, what would you do then? Oh, well, you'd do what you always did. You'd use your network, get the job, and then you would bounce back, your life would go on. What would happen next? What would happen next? And you'd see that actually you're going to be okay, like you always have been. So challenge it. And then just take action. So take action that's going to prevent what you imagine happening. Take action anyway, because fear its good intention is that it wants to protect us. It wants to stop us from doing things that could threaten our security. So say, that's nice, dear. I see that's your concern. I've got a bigger mission here and I'm going to take action anyway. And that brings me to my last point, which is around focusing on love, on your big why, on the bigger purpose of what it is that you want to do, and the impact that you could have, the light that could be shining in other people's eyes as a result of the work that you're doing with them. And that way you can get out of yourself and your own story and your insecurities and actually do what you're put on the planet here to do. So the key things that I've raised are around having awareness, just acknowledging that fear is there and accepting it, being okay with it as a normal part of getting out of comfort zone. Secondly, have a look at what the image is, what the scenario is that you're imagining, and challenge it. Is that really true? Would that likely really happen? Even if it did, what could I do next and next and next to prevent that from happening or to bounce back from that situation? And lastly, connect with those positive emotions which are an absolute antidote for fear, like love, excitement, and the biggest purpose of what you're doing. So thanks for listening, and do check out my website, louisetaylorcoaching.com, where you find out more about what I do and how I help women to make the leap out of corporate and thrive as new entrepreneurs.